In the previous video we showed how you can make a list with an updatable detail view, and then when a user makes an edit in the list, the edits are simply locally cached and then not pushed back to the server until the user clicks the synchronize button. In this video we're going to extend this and show how all of the local edits can be saved in local storage so that there's no possibility of the user losing the edits if the application is terminated before they've had a chance to synchronize. So let's go back now to this list, and first of all let's go here and change the search part properties to delay population of the list until there's an active search. Then let's also go to detail view and specify, to list properties, and specify that we'd like to persist all of the data in the list to local storage. So this means that the data that's in the list will be saved to local storage so that when the application terminates and then restarts, everything that you've done has been persisted and can be restored. Then, having done that, let's go now to properties of the UX component, and we'll scroll down to the local storage section here. And inside local storage we can put all of our data in a namespace. So let's call this namespace demo, and then I'm going to say also, in addition to persisting the list data, persist all of the variables on the UX component. And then when the UX component is rendered a second time, restore the data from local storage. And then finally you have an option when you're in working preview, instead of persisting to local storage, which is difficult to look at, you can actually switch to the file system and actually persist to a folder on your hard drive, which makes it very easy to see what's in the file system. But I'm going to just stick here with browser. So now when we go here and run the component, you can see that there's nothing in the list because currently there's no active search. So let's go here and type in, say, UK now, do a search. That brings us our records, and now here we have our records. Then let's go over to that record, say Joe, and edit that to Joe, say Smith, and then hit the save button. So now we've got basically an edit that has not yet been synchronized with the server. And then let's go here to the second record over here and Horn, and change that to Bend, and then go ahead there and save it. And now what I'm going to do is, you can see I've got two unsynchronized records right now. So now what I'm going to do is to simulate, say, the mobile device losing power, or the application being kicked out of memory because you went to answer a phone call or run some other application. I'm going to terminate this component and then rerun it. And now you'll see that when I rerun the component, basically everything is restored from local storage, and I'm exactly where I left off. Here are my two unsynchronized edits over there. I can click the synchronize button now, and now those two records have been synchronized and pushed back to the server. So furthermore, you can see here that if I were to go to this record, let's go here to this first record and change that to Frank, and then hit the save button, and then go to this next record and start editing it. I'll change that to back to Horn, and then tab off the field, and now terminate the app. So you can notice that I have not yet hit the save button, so these edits have not yet been pushed back to the second row, so it's not indicated here as being dirty. So now I'm going to go back to design mode, go back into working preview, and you can see that there's the first edit that's been preserved, and then on this next row here there's my edit that has been made, and the row is marked as dirty, and I can just press the save button. So even my variables are preserved, and when I come back, basically you can see now that the row has been marked as dirty, and I can go ahead and now hit the synchronize button, and then that synchronizes the data.